All right, Senate Judiciary Committee member, Louisiana Republican John Kennedy. Senator, always good to have you. What do you make of these pardons and acts of clemency? What you name it? What do you think?
Well, it's clear the president's been busy today. Neil, I don't want you to faint or anything, but I don't really have an opinion on the individual cases. I just heard about them a little while ago, and I need to go back and look at the individual cases. I guess all I really feel comfortable saying is that the president has the power, and he has decided to exercise it. In terms of all this being a precursor to other pardons, I don't know what the basis for all that is. I wouldn't jump to those conclusions necessarily. They could be right, but I heard the president say that's not the case, and I take him at his word.
All right. I always appreciate your honesty. When you say you don't know about something, you say, I don't know. Now, I built a career on just saying never, I don't know. But go ahead.
Neil, if he pardons Michael Avenatti, let me know, okay? We'll call.
That would be a Fox alert, Senator. Let me step back and look. I mean, this judge, obviously the Roger Stone case, will be taking up the sentencing issue for Roger Stone. And, of course, it caused a big dust-up in Washington, still does, with a number of judges meeting on the subject, and these 1,000-plus former justice workers who claim he went one step too far to insert himself in the case. I never had a chance to talk to you about all of that. How do you feel about it?
Well, I understand that Mr. Stone's lawyers have raised an issue about the impartiality of at least one juror. And my response to that is that, well, that's why God made appellate judges. You raise those issues on appeal. We have had a little dust-up in terms of the sentencing. Let me be clear. I trust Bill Barr. Now, I know that there are like 1,100, I read 1,100 former Justice Department officials wanting to resign. If you look deeply, you'll find out that's been put together by a group called Project Democracy, right, which is a group that's just to the left of Lenin. I think everybody ought to leave Bill Barr alone and let him do his job. He's serious. He's mature.
Well,
he's
apparently
smart.
The president kind of agreed with you. I mean, even when it came to his own tweets involving his attorney general. This is what he had to say earlier today, Senator.
Do you agree with his statement that you should stop tweeting about Justice Department issues?
Well, people like that, but, everybody has the right to speak their mind, and I use social media. I guess I use it well because here I am. I'm here.
He has a point, but the Attorney General, as you know, sir, was saying, he does make my job more difficult when he does that. Obviously, they're on good terms. Nothing is being threatened here or what have you. But the president's not going to change his tweeting behavior, I guess, right?
No, and a lot of this controversy, as you know, Neil, has been orchestrated. On the Senate side, I can tell you who's orchestrated most of it, Senator Schumer. Now, Chuck is one of my colleagues. I respect him, but it's driven by partisan rage. Chuck's like a teenager right now. He hates everybody. He's still upset over impeachment. And so you have to consider the source of a lot of this pushback. Let me say it again about Bill Barr. I think Bill Barr exercises power fairly and intelligently. He's tough as a boot. I bet you none of this stuff is really bothering him. I think the president does have to be careful about tweeting about active cases at justice. And I think the president agrees with me on this. You appoint good people and let them do their job. And there's no question that we've got a problem in the bureaucracy of people that are acting on their political beliefs. But if the president will let Bill Barr do his job, I think he'll get all of that straight. I think one of the things the president is upset about is not really justice, it's the FBI. We heard through a hearing the Horowitz report about the Christopher Steele dossier and the absolute corruption that was going on by a handful of FBI agents, and since then, we haven't heard anything from Chris Wray. Nothing. Zero. Nada. Yeah. And I'm hoping that the FBI director is taking it seriously.
All right. We'll watch it closely. Senator, always good catching up with you. I appreciate it, sir.
Thanks, man.